Well, it's another absolutely beautiful day out in the woods. I'm out at a different location today from my usual rock location in Rattlesnake, but thought we'd take the Vanquish VRD Stance RTR out for a crawl. And here it is. This is the new RTR version of the VRD Carbon. Now, of course, there are a few differences here. Of course, this is a ready to run, so you get a 35 turn brush motor, servo of some description, not super strong, but strong enough for an RTR, of course. Metal servo horn, thinner links, they're not the stainless links that come with the kit, and aluminum frame rails rather than carbon on the kit. There is also 24% overdrive, and you do get a nice set of VXT2 tires with the dual stage foams. So it's a winner. It's a pretty good combination of bits and pieces for ready to run. Same portal axles, same transmission, same weights on the front axle. And then, of course, you do get this, I mean, it's a body. It's definitely a comp style body. It's quite pinched front and rear, and it comes in this silver color or a bright green. I thought the silver would look better out in the forest. But you know, all the colors of the forest go together, so. All right, let's see what this truck can do. Now, some of these obstacles you're going to remember from the last video you saw where the VRD Carbon went up against the SCX-10 Pro and the Red Cat Ascent. I don't remember what I called this one. Devil's Valley, maybe? But let's see how this truck does. It's all about getting that rear tire up, and has to just be up on top of that. There we go. Nope. That's where all the other tires dig in on that side there. So you do have to get that rear driver's side tire up. And once you do that, a little bit of throttle, and up it goes. No problem. Now right away, of course, the biggest difference we're going to experience with the Stance is it's ready to run electronics. So that 35 turn brushed motor is not going to have the same power as, say, well, the Fusion that I had in the other truck. But let's try and find some more challenging obstacles here. I know there's a few up here. This one proved to be a pretty big challenge as well. And with like, wow, little to no effort, climbs right up that. No big deal, no problem at all. It does have the benefit of those VXT2 tires and dual stage foams, which is really great to see in an RTR form. It's using the same radio. Now see right there, servo definitely did let go a little bit. It's a pretty weak servo, but you know, what do you expect in an RTR, really? Okay, now this obstacle here, I remember having a bit of trouble with this with the other trucks. I don't remember the name of this one either. Devil's something. But it was this lower rock here that the SCX-10 Pro got hooked up on. So let's see if we can maybe avoid that this time. The portal axles obviously are big help in getting up over obstacles like this. And one benefit that the RTR has, oh yeah, is that it's so light. Like, it's really, really lightweight. There's not much going on in there. Okay, now this was the side hill that no truck was able to really do. Let's see if the Stance fares any better. That's where most of them gave up. I'm going to call that a pass. It did drop off at the end, but that's because there's really nowhere to go. Let's give it another go just in case that was a fluke. Or just expert driving for once. I don't think we can chalk it up to that. Yeah, okay, so it was a fluke. All right, good to know. Find the grip. Find the grip. Yes, nicely done. All right, here's another one of the more vertical climbs that we attempted in the previous test. Let's see how this one does here. I'm already feeling like the VXT does give the stance an advantage. Wow. Does give the stance an advantage over the carbon when I was only running the 475 tall BFG crawler KR2s, or crawler TAs, pardon me. Yeah, that just proved to be so much easier with this truck. Just amazing. Wow. Repeatable, I love it. So the main changes, of course, Lynx RTR electronics. The overdrive is slightly lower, 24%. And it does come with a body, of course, that is nice. And aluminum rails rather than the carbon rails, but otherwise it's the same truck. And you can tell right away that Vanquish was certainly thinking about making sure that the RTR was going to perform at a level that's, you know, comparable, or at least semi close to what you'd be able to do with a fully decked out kit. And yeah, I'm not really finding this to be that much different, really, in terms of performance, even with a brushed motor and this wildly weaker servo than I was running on the day before. Still has the same great steering radius, still has that great, you know, flexing of the axles over an obstacle like that. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Ah yes, the devil's butt crack. No, not that time. Now, I'm wondering if it's lightweight has a bit of a disadvantage this go around for this specific obstacle. Now, I remember this was the same problem the Ascent was having here. So maybe it is a bit of a weight issue. There we go. Maybe it's just, oh boy. I was going to say maybe it's just line choice, but oh, darn it. Yeah, I think it's weight transfer that seems to be hurting it a bit here. If we can keep that passenger side there, we'll feather the throttle. No! Darn it. All right, that obstacle looks like it might not be able to be conquered today. Give it one more try here. We get 3 tries, even though that may have been 4. Yeah, if we just stay on that side. No, see, it hooked up again. All right, we're going to have to call that a fail, I think. We'll give it one more go. That is sort of cheating, but made it. On this sort of rocky terrain, you really do have a significant advantage because of the portal axles. I mean, they do so much better than a straight axle truck. And that's just because there's so much rocky crap. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. That's the highest we've ever gotten Wow. Okay, that was the highest we've ever gotten on Devil's... What was this? Stairway to the Devil's Cottage, I think it was. That's pretty significant. That's pretty big deal. Wow. 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 Okay. Yeah. That's pretty significant. Amazing. I'm pretty blown away by that. None of the other trucks could get that far. That's great. That's really, really cool. I just surprised myself. Now, can I get down? No. So there I'm going to have to chalk that up to a combination of tire grip and lightweight. That's pretty spectacular. I'm really happy to see that. And please note, I am doing all of this one-handed. I'm holding the remote with one hand and driving with the thumb. Basically driving one-handed because I'm filming with this hand. All right, let's see here. Huh. Much better than the carbon. But again, that could be just because of tire selection. And we've got a very steep climb here. See how we do. Maybe a little more wheel speed. Yep. Well, that was no problem at all. And the second portion of this climb. Yep, no trouble. Wow. All right, we got a few more steepish climbs up here, and then we're gonna probably call this quick test a day, because it's not proving to be all that much of a test. It's very well planted. I'm pretty impressed with what it's been able to do so far. Oh yeah, nice recovery there. Now this is going to be pretty challenging, I think. Yeah, it doesn't really have enough. Oh, okay. It's just about giving it the right bump of throttle in the right place. This was part of the last bit of the challenge for the other three trucks, so let's see how the Stance is able to do here. Yeah, and just walk right up, no problem. Well, if you're looking for a ready-to-run competition-style rock crawler that's going to be right at home in Class 2 and ready to hit the rocks right away and be quite competent at that task, I don't think there's really a better place to start than the Vanquish VRD Stance RTR. It's pretty remarkable what Vanquish was able to do. And I mean, this is obviously the DNA is the VRD carbon, and that is proving to be a pretty spectacular truck in its own right. So you can only imagine that the RTR is going to be mighty close to that. I'd really say that the barrier to getting into a Sorca-style competition has been removed with the Stance. That's just great. Wow. It's pretty darn spectacular right out of the box. I have not done a thing to it other than put a battery in it. And I'm not a very good driver, so that should speak volumes about what is happening in the Stance and what they've been able to achieve. Like, decent enough drag brake there to keep it stable and keep it in the right place. Now granted, today it's a lot warmer than it was the last day I was out here, so tire hookup is probably definitely affected by that extra bit of temperature. But you can't deny that it's a well-balanced, well-built, ready to run. Do you like these outdoor walk and talk sort of review style videos where it's happening in real time and it's not slow motion and you're seeing how the truck performs in the real world? If you do, you should know what to do by now. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. And there are going to be a ton of new videos coming soon. So I hope that you will check those out. Have you ever participated in a Sorka style comp, or has the barrier to entry always been sort of building the right truck or knowing what was required? Let me know in the comments down below. It isn't as scary as they make it out to be. You could literally show up with one of these and add some accessories, add an interior, and you'd probably be pretty close to pointing out. So, something to consider. This is definitely on my list for building the next comp truck. Pretty spectacular setup for an RTR. All right, I think that's going to do it for the VRD Stance. Pretty spectacular, ready to go rock crawler from the guys at Vanquish. My thanks to Vanquish for sending the Stance my way, allowing me to do this outdoor review, and to all of you for watching. We'll see you again soon.